Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse One here. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's having a good evening. And here we are on Friday already again. Freaking weeks are just flying by, almost into September. The weather's starting to already change, with the garden already dying. And before we know it, it'll be snowing. Don't seem possible, but it's going to happen. But anyway, before we get into the chat, I want to just remind everybody that if there's any issues with the chat, I will get right back online. I promise you. Okay. Again, there's sometimes the issues we don't know if it's going to happen or not. But if it does, you may not get a notification, so you may have to go right back to my YouTube channel and jump right back on. So hopefully there's no issues and we get to stream in and everything goes well. That's the plan anyway. But you never know with YouTube. So we're going to be talking about it's only going to get worse. Okay. So I'm going to give you some opinions. Some things that are going on. Obviously, we're talking about a lot of different things, and I definitely want to hear your guys' questions and your guys' feedback tonight as well, because that's what really makes the chat interesting. I think when people, ask questions, and then we bounce back and forth and we talk about different things. I think that's really, really neat. Okay. I do want to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel, so please be decent in the chat. Let's see. I'm going to sell some of my guns. Prices are never going to be higher. Well, if you got plenty and you got extra, you might as well. That's EV3 Dale just said that. But anyway, again, just be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. It's not going to be tolerated here. So my awesome moderators that are lit up in blue, if you decide to be a jerk, they will boot you out of here. So I just would ask everybody to please be decent and not do that. Okay? So, all right. So, first of all, what do I mean with my topic? Things are only going to get worse. I believe, I'm just going to come out and we're going to just go right at this. All right. I believe we're being completely and 100% manipulated. All right. And this is my opinion. I'm going to give you my opinion. And they're doing, in my opinion, everything that they possibly can to distract from the elections. If they can keep things in upheaval and then blame it all on Trump, which they've done absolutely for the last 4 years, everything is Trump's fault. So, we're going to blame everything on Trump. They've tried everything. They tried the Russian collusion. That didn't work. And then they move on to the next thing. And it's a continuous, ridiculous waste of time and money. Both parties have, done games, obviously. What I think a lot of these people in Congress and in the Senate forget is that they do work for us, okay? And I think that as this continues to move forward and people are seeing this stagnation in this political games and just the ridiculousness of it, I think they're going to find out, that people are at a breaking point. JG just said, now tensions are on the uptick in the Pacific with China. Yes, I know China was doing an exercise in the South China Sea. And so that is very, very disputed territory, okay? China continues to push its weight around. We continue to push our weight around. At some point, something has to give. Ed, do you believe Kyle is a national hero? Follower of Jade, that's a great question. I'm actually glad you asked that. I wouldn't call the young man a national hero. Killing somebody doesn't make you a hero. Okay? There's a couple of things we got to understand here, okay? This young man, in my opinion, from watching the video, just going by watching the video, he was in fear for his life. He was probably scared out of his mind. Anybody that says they wouldn't be scared in that situation is a liar, okay? Anybody would be afraid in that situation. He was trying to get away. He was being chased down. He was attacked. It's all on video. So if you didn't see it that way, I don't know what to tell you. And that's another thing we're going to talk about is the delusion of people when they watch the same thing that everybody else sees and they see something completely different, okay? Unbelievable, okay? This kid was scared, which, so let's go right to the very beginning. Should he have even been there? At 17, no. His parents at 17 should have said, no, you're not going, you're staying home. All right, and I love this part. So the left, of course, comes out with, well, he was shipped in. He shouldn't have even been there in the first place. Well, okay, so let's put the shoe on the other foot here. How many of these protesters are shipped into these events to cause havoc and chaos and craziness? How many of them? Tons of them. They're shipped in all the time, okay? I think this young man got caught up in a circumstance that he had no idea was going to happen. He thought he was going to be able to stand in front of a store and protect the store. That was his intentions. I think his intentions were 100% genuine, 100% good. He didn't go there with the intent of, oh, I'm going to kill somebody. I mean, the media is going to spin this crap whatever way they want to spin it, but the video footage does not lie. He was attacked. And what I love about it as well, the two men that were killed, they put it out there. Oh, these were two loving people. Well, one of them was a pedophile. The first guy was a pedophile, okay, who was attacking this kid. The second one is a convicted wife beater. So there's two of the guys that he shot. The third guy he shot was a convicted felon, okay, that should not have had a gun that had a gun. So again, if you want to be realistically and look at it, these are people that are peaceful protesting my behind, okay? If it had been a peaceful protest, there never would have been a confrontation. They never would have attacked this kid, okay? They probably attacked him because they realized he was a kid, and he got caught up in a situation. I'm going to tell you what. Here's what I want you guys, all of you that are watching with this situation with this young man. This young man has to live with this now for the rest of his life, that he has taken two lives. Justified or not justified, which I totally believe it was justified 100%, okay? I believe it was justified 100%. When you're being attacked and you fear for your life, you have a right to defend yourself, okay? But he's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. I feel really bad for the kid because I believe he's going to be completely exonerated. I think he's going to get off completely because, again, if you just watch the footage, there's no way you can convict this kid. There's no premeditation in his actions at all. He was being attacked, okay? And that's not a left thing. That's not a right thing. That's looking at the video objectively, paying attention. And I don't know how people can look at it and see it any other way. I really don't. But again, people are going to have their own opinions, and that's great. But again, any court of law, like the lawyer that has volunteered to represent him, he will eviscerate them in court if they try to pull any crap with that. He's going to get this kid's going to get off, okay? But again, as he absolutely should. He was the victim. He was being attacked. So what happens if, let's say, he wasn't armed and they jumped him and stomped him into a mud hole, which we've seen over and over and over again happening, right? We've seen it how many times these poor kids or poor people being pulled out of cars, attacking old people, beating up old people. So at what point is it okay to defend yourself? At what point do we say, hey, I've had enough of this nonsense? I'm going to tell you what. The BLM, Antifa, the KKK, the neo-Nazis, all hate groups. All of them hate groups, okay? But right now, the acceptable hate group is Antifa and the BLM. So everybody's jumping on that bandwagon, okay? Whole thing is ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you, and this is my opinion, when I say things are going to get worse, so let's get back on that track, okay? Yeah, his mom drove him there. I know, David Bond. I know she did. Again, I think it's poor judgment. I don't think he should have been there. That's my opinion, okay? You don't take, and I love how the media tried, well, he's pro-police. Well, yeah, his father's a cop. Of course he's pro-police. And what's wrong with being pro-police? When did that become a crime? It is absolutely ridiculous how the media has spun this. But when you watch the video does not lie. And so that's where I'm going to go with that. Again, if you disagree, that is absolutely your right to disagree. But again, you don't bring a skateboard to a gunfight. You know what I'm saying? So that's a reality. And so they got their butts handed to them a little bit there. The hate group, and that's what they are. They're a hate group. Trying trying to push their will on people. I don't know if you guys have seen the video, and again, you want to talk about deja vu of Nazi Germany. This is what I saw when I saw this video. Deja vu of Nazi Germany. In a restaurant, the lady's sitting there. They're demanding that everybody in the restaurant put their fist in the air to show solidarity, BLM, BLM, blah, 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 right? She wouldn't do it. And I absolutely support her right not to do it. Why should she pander to the crowd and give in? And they were all in her face and yelling and screaming. That's like Nazi Germany all over again. Do people not pay attention to history? Do you not watch this type of stuff? So like people like myself who will not jump on the bandwagon and go, oh, these poor people and blah, 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 blah. Not buying it, okay? All this racism crap, it's all manufactured. It's all manufactured by the media. Okay, so let's put it like this. Let's be realistic about something. If you're in a car, you got the windows down, you got your rap music on, you got dreadlocks, is there a good chance you're probably going to get pulled over? Yeah, there probably is. You know why? Because you're being profiled, all right? But if you are a white man on a Harley, tattoos all over the place, wearing a muscle shirt, maybe have a nice long goatee like this one here, right? Am I going to get profiled? You're darn right I'm going to get profiled, okay? Now, both myself and that guy in the car could be completely innocent. But here's the key, guys. Here's the key. When we both get pulled over, if we both act like gentlemen, realize that we're being profiled, we may not like that we're being profiled, but realize that we've done nothing wrong, we're going to walk away from that situation. We're going to get to go home and we're going to get to sleep in our own bed. That's the agenda, okay? When you cop an attitude, you act like a jerk, those cops can make up any kind of rules that they want to make up. And guess what? When you go to court, the district attorney, the judge, they're going to be all on the cop side. They're not on your side. They don't care unless there's video footage of exactly what went down and how it went down to prove that you didn't do what you said that they did. And guess what? The cops, they don't care if you're white. They don't care if you're black. They don't care if you're Asian. If you act like a jerk with the cops, they're going to jam you up. I learned that a long time ago. I never screw with the cops because I didn't want to get jammed up. I wanted to go home. That was my agenda. So if that makes me a wussy bag and I'm sucking up to the cops and I'm a bootlicker, yeah, you know what? Guess what? I'm a bootlicker that never got beat up by the cops. I always treated the cops with respect. And, I couldn't even tell you how many tickets I got out of because I didn't act like a jerk. It's so simple. It is amazing. But everybody wants to play the victim. That's the problem with our society today. Everybody wants to play the victim. It's absolutely disgusting, and it makes me sick to my stomach. Everybody's got an excuse of why, things didn't go well in my life because, mommy didn't hold me enough when I was a baby. It's ridiculous. You need to stop. You need to grow up, look in the mirror, and I've said it before how many times. The only person that can hold you back is you. That's it. Hey, Asif, I have a dash cam on each car for this very reason. And you know what? And it's a very smart thing to do. Very, very smart thing to do. More people should do it because if it's all documented, I saw a video, and thank you so much for the donation as well. Saw a video, great video too. I thought this was great. Guy had a dash cam video. He was making a YouTube video, did not even have his radio on, but he had a hot muscle car, right? So he goes by the cops, talking on about his live stream and blah, 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 or not live stream, but doing his video, and he gets pulled over. And the cop comes up and says, you know why I'm pulling you over? And he goes, no, I absolutely have no idea. And he says, well, because your music was very, very loud coming out of your car. And he looked at the cop and he said, and very respectfully, guys, because he knows the cops is straight out lying, okay? He says to the cop, he says, well, actually, I did not even have my radio on. I'm making a video right now as we speak. You can see the camera there. I could play back the footage for you so that you could see as I went right by you, I talked about you guys being there, and I will prove that I did not have my radio on. Boy, that cop did a 180. But why? Because he had video footage proof. Otherwise, he probably would have tried to, get him for a ticket for loud music. They probably would have tried to jam him up for something else. And that dude was white, okay? This happens all the time, guys. The cops don't care what color you are. They really, truly don't, okay? If you live in the inner city and you're driving around in a drug-infested neighborhood, okay, which they know is a drug-infested neighborhood, what are you doing there, okay? Most likely, you put two and two together. And here's the other thing. any cop that's been around the beat for a while, they know who the players are. They're not pulling you over for no reason. I mean, you ever watch cops and they'll say, "Oh, we know this person in this car." They've said it right on video. We know this person. They're a known drug dealer. They're a known drug addict. They pull them over, and lo and behold, they get meth and crack and whatever else that they have in the car, and they bust them, and they get to go to jail again. And they're the hero once again. You know why they're the hero? Because they knew what was going on. They knew who to look for. They know who to watch out for. So, that happens. Guys, we're at 1.2 in the chat. And we're at 354 on the thumbs up. If you could shoot a thumbs up, please, to show support for the channel, I absolutely would appreciate that. And thank you ahead of time. Again, it really does help with the algorithms as well. Puts us higher up in the rankings. So I appreciate that as well. And again, I do like a lot of thumbs up. So thank you ahead of time for that as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. And make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you again ahead of time for doing that. But anyway, let's see. Ed, we also, Curly Q, where's the prepping content? Oh, hold on. So much political stuff lately. Would love to hear more prepping and things related. You know what, Curly Q, you're right. And I was thinking about this today. I will be getting some more prepping videos up, I promise you. There's just been so much going on, and there's so much in the news, and that's what people want to talk about because they're upset and they're agitated and they're frustrated. And so that's why this has been a lot lately, why I've been talking a lot about everything that's going on, because it's like it just seems like the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, okay? So, but thank you for the donation, and I definitely will be putting out more prepping videos, I promise you. Got a lot of ideas that I want to share with you guys about prepping. And I will be getting them out, I promise. Okay, so I'll tell you what, here's the thing. I promise you this. Tomorrow's video will be a prepping video. Okay, so when I'm probably going to do at least one. I may do a second video, but at least one of them videos will be about prepping, I promise. Okay, so that I will promise you. But political content verifies the degree of which we should be concerned about prepping world. Right. It is definitely what is going on politically, what is going on, the emotional state of our country, the way people are acting. It absolutely plays into why we do what we do with prepping, why we want to get ready, why we want to be on top of stuff. You need to pay attention to this stuff. It's important to pay attention to this stuff because it affects us all. If all of a sudden you're not paying attention and you're like, in oblivion land off in the cloud someplace, and all of a sudden this crowd shows up and you had no idea what's going on. Why are they acting this way? And they start burning down buildings. You know what I mean? It's not a pleasant thing, not a pleasant thing at all. But, when will people realize they don't rule Ed's roost? Well, you know what? But I get it. I'm a prepping and I'm an off-grid channel. That's my primarily thing because, I live off-grid. And so some people don't like the political stuff. And I get it. But you know what? It's like I'm going to talk a lot about a little of everything. Some of it prepping related, some of it not prepping related. Oh, so let's do a non-prepping related thing, guys. We'll talk about this. I have told you recently that I have been talking with a young lady. And we've been spending time together. And I really like her. And things are going very, very well. Somewhere down the road, you will probably meet her. But things are going very, very well. She's awesome. Very, very cool. And she knew me before I really got going with YouTube. She's known me for a while. So I don't want people to think, oh, well, the only reason she's trying to be with you is because you're a YouTuber. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. I've known her for quite a while. We kind of lost touch for a while. We reconnected, and we've been starting to see each other. And she's very, very cool. And I know she's watching. So we were joking just before the live stream. But, she's awesome. And I like her a lot. And so we'll see how it goes. But very, very positive, good vibes so far. And so that's nice. I've been alone for a long time, very, very long time. And it's nice to have somebody give a crap about you that wants to spend time with you, that wants to be with you. It's a really, really good feeling. So just kind of putting that out there, letting you know. I was kind of quiet because, just kind of seeing how things play out. But things are kind of getting a little more going. So, but it's a good thing. So I'm happy. I'm really happy. So Ed's shining bright when he talks about her. Congratulations. Well, thank you, man. I just, you know what? I like her a lot. She's very, very cool. I enjoy spending time with her. And again, down the road, you guys will meet her. You know, you'll see her. I'll have her on camera at some point, and we'll go from there. So, but so far so good. And like I said, I'm happy, and it's a nice feeling. And I know she's happy too because we've been kind of talking about everything. So it's good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So anyway, all right. So but so let's see what else. So anyway, let's get back on track. I'm sorry. Whoo. But so, I know what I wanted to tell too, real quick. I want to, since we're early in the chat here, we're going to talk about this really quickly to get this out of the way. We just started doing a sale today on my website, preparedness1.com. Okay, we're doing a 20% off sale on all legacy freeze-dried food. So if you go to my website, preparedness1.com, you click on store, it'll drop down and it'll say legacy. You click on legacy. What they have available is there. I would highly, highly encourage you guys, if you haven't added to your freeze-dried food storage, get some. Like I said, it's a 20% off sale. I have not done a sale in 6 months. I have not done a sale since March. So it's been a long time since I've done a sale, okay? Their shipping times are more back to normal, which is great. So we're not talking you're going to be waiting months and months and months for your product. What they have available is there. So if you order, it should go out. You should have your stuff within inside of a week or 2 weeks at the most. Okay, so that's a good thing. Now, again, 20% off. It'll come off automatically at checkout, but it is, we're going to be running it through, I think, the 8th. I'll have to look exactly and tell you when the sale is running to. But I think with everything that is going on, that I believe things are going to get much, much worse. And we're going to get back into that in a minute. But it's a good opportunity right now while everybody's not hammering all at once and putting in orders all at once. It's a good time to take advantage of it. Hey, Full of Hope, does she have any tats? Yes, she does. Yep, she has tattoos, and I don't have a problem with that. And she has piercings, and I don't have a problem with that either. It's weird because we were talking, and I'm going to tell you something interesting. I've dated, different women, and different women had different looks. My ex-wife had very short hair. I had never been involved with anybody that had really short hair before. And so, people said to me, well, you never dated anybody with short hair. It's not her hair. I didn't date my ex-wife and marry her and have kids with her because of her hair. It was because of her. It is the same thing with this young lady. It's her. It's, she is very attractive. You guys are going to see she's a very attractive young lady. And, but it's her. It's not her because she looks this way or has tattoos or doesn't have tattoos. It's her. So I don't know how to explain that any better than that, but it's like, when you are attracted to somebody, it's not just always physical. For me, it has to be mental. I have to be mentally attracted to somebody as well. Hey, Shadow. Got stopped by the OK Trooper, Oklahoma, I believe, for drinking Diet Pepsi. Offered him some from the ice chest. He did search my car. Wasn't speeding. I wasn't angry. Exactly, because they don't know. If they see you lifting that can up, thank you for the donation as well. They see you lifting that can up. You don't know if it's not a beer can. And again, so being respectful, being decent goes such a long way. And I wish more people would do that. Yes, she has kids. Jean asked, does she has 2 children? Yep, she does. So, but anyway, but again, getting back to this, we're doing that sale. Please take advantage of that if you're trying to add to your freeze-dried food storage before things get crazy. Right now, shipping times are going to be quick. If you guys, anybody remembers what happened when everything went crazy back in February and March, everybody and their brother ordered all at one time. And when that happened, people got delayed. They ran out of stock. So definitely, please try to take advantage. If it's anything you're thinking about doing, take advantage of it now. And with 20% off, especially if you're buying the larger packages, it makes a big difference, okay? I did want to mention JDega as well, which is the CBD and hemp products store that I also have on my website, and it's also in the description below. They also have that sale going on right now for the pain pack. It's a $250 normal price. Right now, that's on sale for $175. You cannot get my discount on that package because it's already discounted. But anything else that you would want to get from them, if you go to their website, you would, any order that you would make, you would put Prepper Nurse 1, and that's the number 1, and you would get a 50% discount on any order that you do, except for that pain pack because it's already discounted. Okay, a lot of good stuff with the pain pack. If you click on the website, you can check that out. You'll be able to see that. Okay. I was single for 20 years before I met my wife in '02. Okie Forge just said that. That's very cool, man. I'm happy to hear that. Very, very happy to hear. That's awesome. And again, you know what? It's like, and we were talking, her and I were talking, and and I'm a big believer that everything happens when it's meant to happen. Everything happens when it should. We were friends before. We kind of lost touch for a while. Reconnected again on Facebook, and it wasn't like, it's weird because it wasn't like I'm like, I'm trying to hook up. I'm not. I never was trying to hook up. I just figured, if I meet somebody, great. If I don't, that's okay too. That's kind of where it is with that. And so we started talking, and it just has progressed. And like I said, it's very, very cool. And I'm pretty happy, I'm going to say. Heather's met her. Heather likes her very much. So, that's a good thing too. Susie M., I'm happy to say after 4.5 months wait, my new upright 21 cubic foot freezer was delivered today. Awesome. That's very, very cool. I'm glad you got it. Again, things that you need to get now, and thank you so much for that donation as well. I do appreciate that. Things that you need to get now, I would highly recommend that you get on it because, again, what I see happening moving forward, I think that these riots and upheaval is going to continue. I believe that you're going to see more people standing up and saying, not in my town or not my business. And I think you're going to see a lot more patriots coming in armed, standing before stores. So making sure people don't do what they've been doing, like burning and looting these stores, which is ridiculous. That has nothing to do with any kind of protest. I'm not against it. Well, I am against protest. I don't like protest. I've said it many times, but I'm not against your right to protest. If you want to protest, knock yourself out till you're blue in the face. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be involved in it. I don't like it because there's too many things that can go wrong like they did with that young man. Okay? Way too many things that can go wrong. You're in a wrong situation at the right time and you get jammed up, and the next thing you know, there's 2 dead people. So, and that could happen in a blink of an eye. They're probably really lucky that it wasn't a lot more. Okay? A lot more. But they're saying insurance companies will be picking up claims for hurricane victims in Louisiana, only for big businesses, maybe poor people that have lost everything down there. You know what? If you got insurance, if they got insurance down there, they better pay out. Those insurance companies make a tremendous amount of money off of people. I know that the premiums down in those areas are much, much higher. And, they need to be on top of that. They need to be on top of that and take care of people. It's ridiculous what goes on. Absolutely ridiculous what goes on. It's like they pick and choose what they want to do, drag stuff out. People have lost everything. And here's the thing, too. You have these natural disasters happening. People are losing everything. And now they got it, and then you're dealing with COVID on top of everything else. It's like, and then you got rioting and burning and looting happening. And again, I believe it's being done on purpose. I believe it's being done for, the effect of the shock and, oh my God, this is horrible and we need to do something to change it. And that's what it's a big game. It's a huge game. It's also a huge distraction. Again, and I've said this before, because I don't believe that Biden is competent. I don't think that, he's going to make a good president. And they already know that. So they're trying to keep the focus off of him, trying to make sure he keeps his mouth shut and doesn't say anything else stupid like he already has many, many, many times over. Okay? That's what they're trying to do. You don't think, how about the virtual presidential debates? I'm going to tell you what, when they do the debate, let me rephrase it, if they do the debate, if Biden is stupid enough to do the debates, I truly believe that Trump will eviscerate him. Not because I'm a rah, 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 Trump is the greatest thing in the whole world type of thing. Trump will know how to get under his skin and play him and manipulate him. And then you will see the true Joe Biden, which we've all seen many, many times, but people are choosing to ignore things, okay? That's, that's what it is. I mean, let's go back. Let's go back, and people seem to forget about this. When Trump was doing the presidential debates with Hillary Clinton had all the information ahead of time. She knew what questions she was going to be asked. They had given her all of that information, and Trump still destroyed her. He still destroyed her in the debates. So think about that, okay? I miss Reagan. I loved Reagan. I thought Reagan was an awesome president. Awesome president. Didn't take no crap. Again, he was. You see, the thing is, a lot of people hate Trump because he's crass. He says it like it is. He doesn't care about your feelings. I respect that because he doesn't care, and he's trying to do, and like I said, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think he's trying to do a good job. I think he's trying to help everybody. How come he was never a racist before? He was running for president, but now all of a sudden he was running for president. Now he's president. Now he's a racist. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It doesn't work like that. Trump has done so much for black communities, but of course they don't want you to talk about that. They want you to be angry. They want to, push the divide, keep everybody upset with each other. And the thing is, too, they're trying to manipulate, they're trying to manipulate us as well. Okay. And I'm going to tell you how they're manipulating us. So you have your BLM, you have your Antifa groups out there causing all kinds of havoc and chaos. And you're seeing people that are, low key, have been sat back for long enough. And now they're standing up and they're arming themselves and they're going out there and they're standing in front of businesses and saying, you're not burning this business. Okay. That's what's happening now. That is going to lead to conflict. There will be conflict. Okay. It's already happened. It'll happen again. People are not going to go there and not be able to protect themselves from crowds of people trying to stop them into a mud hole. It's not going to happen. People are going to be on top of things. It needs to be Trump versus Harris debate. She's going to be the president shortly anyway if Biden wins. I don't disagree with that because the thing is, I think he's going to be labeled incompetent in short order, or all of a sudden he's going to get sick and then she will step up. I absolutely believe that's going to be the case, so. But yeah, no, it's not Trump's fault. Not all this crap that's going on. And here's the other thing I want you guys to think about. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. Where are these things happening? What cities, what controlled cities are these things happening in? They're in Democratic controlled cities, okay? And I'm going to talk about something else that I believe will happen after the presidential election, okay? If this crap is still going on, which I believe that it will be. But what you're going to see happen is after, let's say, okay, so the presidential election's over and let's say Trump wins. Let's say Trump wins, all right? I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to be happening because then he becomes a lame duck president, right? He's done. He can do whatever he wants to do. He doesn't have to worry about re-election anymore. I think what will happen is federal authorities will go to these towns and they will squash this crap. That's what happens if Trump gets reelected. And then you're going to see this nonsense go away. They're going to arrest people. They're going to put people in jail. And it's not going to be catch and release nonsense that's going on now. It's going to get locked down and it's going to be the end of it. That's my prediction. But going back to what I was saying, what is happening is in Democratic controlled cities, they're allowing it to happen. They have the police are handcuffed. They can't do their job effectively. Okay. Police are being attacked and hurt. I don't know if anybody saw the cop was walking to his car, wasn't facing anybody, and they threw that cylinder at him and hit him in the head. And they're all laughing and joking and stuff like that. I'm going to tell you what. There needs to be a butt whipping happening. These people need to be shown that this crap is not going to happen. Okay, I don't care if you call in the National Guard or whoever you call in, but you need to put a stop to this crap. Okay, everybody's playing footsie, and why isn't Biden and why isn't Harris condemning these actions? Why aren't they condemning them? destroying people's businesses, their livelihoods. How are they supposed to go on after that? Family-owned businesses that have been around forever, and they're destroyed. For what? It isn't because of this so-called injustice or that so-called injustice. No. And I'm sorry, but guys, please, please, if you're going to glorify somebody in the movement for BLM, let's stop glorifying the criminals. Let's find somebody that's truly a victim and not the criminals, okay? Hey, Merry Christmas. Repent and be baptized in Jesus' names, Acts 2:37-38. This is the only way to heaven. Jesus loves you, Ed. Republican and Democrat are, hold on a second, are the same bird. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate the comment. Thank you for the donation. And I agree with you. Two feathers of the same bird, two sides of the same coin. Again, and I've said it over and over and over again. They're looking out for their rich friends. They do not care about the rest of us. How come a lot of these bailouts, all these bailouts are for a lot of these big businesses that are already absolutely ridiculously rich to begin with? Okay, why is all the bailouts for them? What about the little guy? We got $1,200 and we're supposed to be happy? You know, ridiculous. That's not going to pay the bills. That's $1,200 is not going to pay the bills. Not even for 1 month. Not even all the bills. Depending on where you live, whatever your rent is, that might not even pay your rent or your mortgage payment, depending on where you are, you know. So, but yeah, we got more money for big business. We just gave the post office $25 billion because, you know, they can't run their business effectively. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. But again, I believe things will continue to get worse. We may have more disasters happening. We're going to definitely have more things happening. That's a given. There may be more hurricanes coming. We don't know. But like I said, think about all those people right now down through Louisiana and Texas that their homes are destroyed. You know, maybe they have some place to go for a short term, but long term, what are you going to do? Okay. You know, there's no businesses. A lot of those places are completely destroyed. So, you know, now you got to rebuild. And how do you do that with everything going on? And then, you know, and then you figure also down there, COVID's all over like crazy. Now, so here, we're going to talk about that for a second, too. Let's talk about that. So, guys, real quick, we're at what, 1.3 in the chat. We're at 718 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask you again, if you haven't shot a thumbs up, please shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for that. I appreciate it. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithm. So the more interaction we have, the better it's going to be. So for that reason, also, I would ask you to do it. And again, I like to see a nice number of thumbs up. So again, I would ask you to do it for that reason as well. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe to the channel and to show your support. And also make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you ahead of time for that. I appreciate it. So, but anyway, you know, you had Sturgis just happen, right? Everybody knows the Sturgis, 250,000 bikers all through Sturgis. And you had, what, 8 protesters, BLM, Antifa protesters. And the cops had to protect them. And that blows me away. But, hey, Asif, I'm expecting 2 to 3 more major Cat 3 plus hurricanes. Well, if that would be the case, that would be really, really bad. And that would do a lot of damage on people. But anyway, so thank you so much for the donation as well. So you had 100 cases. They said, oh, there's 100 cases associated, you know, with this. You've had, you know, this is what's happening. You know, you've had 100 cases because of this get together at Sturgis. But you don't hear one time, you don't hear nothing about these huge crowds of people protesting, looting, and burning. Doing all the nonsense they're doing, and they're all jammed in there close together. They're all close together. You don't hear nothing about the increase of COVID cases because of that. I wonder why that is. Why is that? I wonder. It's quite interesting. But again, think about it. You know darn well people are getting COVID from those protests, and then they're taking it home, and they're giving it to their families, and this thing's just going to continue to go on, and it's going to continue to spread. You know, it's insanity. It is insanity. I used to think COVID was real, but it's a scam. The tests are BS. I won't say what he said. Saint gang. You know, I just, it's weird. And when it all started, And I was wearing a mask. I'll be honest. I was wearing a mask when it all started. I was concerned. They were saying it's really bad and everything like that. And then as time has gone on, and I've been honest about this, I don't wear a mask. I don't wear a mask in a store. I don't wear a mask anywhere if I go out. Not that I go out a lot, but if I go out. I think we're being manipulated. I really do. Do I think that it is there? I believe that it is there. But I believe that the target is compromised people, largely obese people, people that have, underlying health issues, your elderly, your people on ventilators, anybody that's really seriously compromised, that's taking a lot of, medication, they're weakened state, their immune system is weakened. Those are the people that are really the ones at risk. And I want you to think about this. And I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I think that this is important. If you could put something out there that targeted certain demographics of people. So let's think about who's being affected. And I'm going to make a statement, which I don't believe is true, but I will make a statement on this, okay? You're elderly, you're compromised, you're weakened people, like I just said, you're obese people. People have a lot of underlying health issues that aren't really contributing to society very much, right? Okay. So all these people that I've talked about, what are they contributing to society realistically? Okay. They're sitting in nursing homes waiting to die. They're having people take care of them around the clock, whatever the case may be. Powers that be may say, we're spending so much money taking care of these useless eaters. And this is the statement I'm making that I don't agree with. We're spending all this money on these useless eaters. Let's get rid of them. Let's figure out a way to get rid of them. So that's what they've done. And so you get rid of a whole bunch of people that they consider to be useless, okay? I'm going to tell you what. I've dealt with old people for most of my nursing career. Love my old folks. I have met some fantastic, wonderful people, through the years. I wear a mask to obvious places like the doctors. I have lupus and used to have. Hold on a second. I want to. Going to the doctors. I'm sorry. That jam passed there real quick. So I'm sorry. But yeah, going to the doctors. I get that because that's a hotbed for infection. In schools, I would wear it in the schools too because that's a hotbed for infection. Pamela Dern, COVID-19. Rioting, food shortages, it's all about dividing and reducing the population by the elites. I think that's part of it. Absolutely, I think that's part of it. When the food shortages come, which I believe they absolutely will, and thank you so much for that donation as well, they want to get rid of people. You got to understand, we got so many people in this country that are on the system, taking advantage of the system, some of them rightfully so. I'm sorry, but the elderly people that worked their whole life and they paid into the system, they should get the system, okay? And here's something that I personally believe. I personally believe this. If you have a child and that child is compromised in any type of way, it's your responsibility to take care of that child. Just because it's not perfect and it's not the ideal child that you hope that it would be, you're going to give it to the state because you don't want to take care of it, okay? I think that's completely wrong, okay? Anybody out there that has had a child with issues, from autism, mental retardation, cerebral palsy, whatever the case may be, it's still your child. And the number of people that give up their children because they don't want to take care of them or they're embarrassed to have that child around, those type of people make me sick. Being in the field as long as I have, I've seen so much stuff, guys. I could tell you stories over and over and over again, okay? The only 2 times of the year that people show up in droves in a nursing home to go visit their elderly is Christmas and Easter. And they put on the big show like they care and, oh, Dad or oh, Mom, it's so good to see you, blah, blah, blah. And then you don't see them at all, okay, ever again after that, except until the next big holiday. Those people make me sick to my stomach. You know what? Yeah, we all got lives. We're all busy, or it's the other way, or the family's there all the time. Those are the people that I respect. They realize they couldn't take care of their loved one at home, but that's still their loved one and still somebody that they care about. Hey, L. Gibson. I don't see CV any more of a risk than N1H1 was there and didn't demand we wear a mask and shut down everything. I call BS on it. It's just my opinion. Oh, I don't disagree with you on that. Again, it's like I think that this was a manufactured thing to destroy the economy, to make Trump look bad. Again, the economy was going pretty good, actually, okay? Stock market's still doing good, which just blows me away because I don't get that at all, because our economy has been destroyed because of this. There's a lot of people that are out of jobs. There's a lot of people that are not working, okay? A lot of bad stuff going on. Oh, L. Gibson, and thank you so much for the donation as well. I'm sorry if I didn't say that already. But yeah, it's crazy. Everything that is happening, like I said, I believe our time to prepare is very, very short. Our window of opportunity is very, very short. I want to encourage everybody, whatever you can get ahead of time, especially food. Hopefully you already have a way to purify water, because water is obviously number one. But then it's going to be food. You control the food, you can control the people. Henry Kissinger, 1972 or 1974, that's what he said, okay? They're using that right now. Crops are being destroyed. We're having shortages. And it's not just here in the United States. It's all over the world these things are happening, okay? We're going to have some serious issues facing us moving forward. We need to be as ready as we can be to keep our family safe, the people that you care about, and that's what we really need to do. Hey, Claudette, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But again, we're headed for some very volatile times. And if you don't see that with everything that's going on, this isn't just going to go away in a minute. This is going to be going on for a while. And 90% of these protests now, it's not about any kind of social injustice garbage like they're pretending it to be. It's not, okay? It's a bunch of bullies trying to push people around, and people are supposed to remain quiet. And the minute you say anything dissenting about any of that, well, then you're a racist and you're a misogynist and you're xenophobic or whatever titles they want to throw on you, okay? They'll scream louder. They want to shout you down. They don't want you to have. So whatever happened, I'm going to tell you what, I love a great debate. Love a great debate. Love somebody to have a different opinion. We can go back and forth and we can share our opinions. And at the end of the conversation, maybe I don't change my mind at all. Maybe they don't change their mind at all. But we can still agree to be friends. We shake hands. Hey, have a good day. I'll see you later. Okay? What happened to that? Whatever happened to that? But we are in this society now that if you don't agree with what I say, then you're wrong. And I'm going to shout you down. I'm going to call you all kinds of names. And now I have to defend myself? No, absolutely not. It's ridiculous. These groups are funded by the 1%. You're absolutely right, Terrence Parker Jr. They absolutely are. Asif says, I began truly prepping last October when North Korea was big news. Then watching your channel almost 2 years. Love this channel. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really, truly do. That's awesome. Thank you. But and thank you so much for the donation as well. And again, you know what, guys? I don't care what your trigger event was that woke you up. Mine was Hurricane Katrina. I got going in 2005. Like when the whole Y2K thing happened, I remember that, and I'm like, whatever. If the computers all shut down, who cares? But when 2005, my kids were very little. My kids were born in 2001, so the twins were 4 years old in 2005. Okay, and Josh was 10 because he's 6 years older than them. And I remember looking at that situation and saying, man, those people, they're not getting any help. The government's not rushing in to save the day. And it was really like a light bulb went off for me at that point. And I said, I'm going to make sure I can take care of my family. And then it has evolved from that. But again, I see very bad things moving forward. Every year seems to get worse. The cost of living continues to rise. The cost of food is continuing to go up. The portion sizes of food are getting smaller. Everybody's hypersensitive Everybody's feelings are hurt all the time. It's absolutely insanity right now. Absolute insanity. Guys, I'm going to ask right now. We're at 1.4 in the chat. We're at 866 on the thumbs up. I'm going to ask again real quick for a thumbs up to show support for the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for doing that ahead of time. Again, it really does help with the algorithms. So that's why I like it as well. So more interaction is better. And also, I like to see a nice number of thumbs up as well. So I appreciate that ahead of time as well. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications. So we're going to do the egg count now, okay? I want to do that real quick, and then we're going to go into the egg count. What does everybody think the egg count is at today? Hey, L. Gibson, my trigger was Y2K, so I've been prepping a long time now. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, so... All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Hold on, guys. I'll give you guys a minute to put your guesses up here. I'll give you guys just a moment. If you had the same guess as Healthy or Health, and I like that name, by the way, with 9 eggs, that's where we were at today. Today we got 9 eggs. So we had 10 eggs yesterday, 9 eggs today. They're steady. Girls are steady. But I do have to say, our girl Thick Neck was lazy today. She did not lay today. She's the only one I ever know that for sure, if she lays or doesn't lay, because she's the only one that lays the green eggs. So, but yep. So we ended up with 9 eggs today. But what do we got? JJ, boom! I won. I like that. Hey, Lauren Watson, thank you very much for the donation, and I do appreciate that, and thank you for that thumbs up. Oh, Mr. Rose, look at you. I'm going to go out on a limb and say 9. Wow. You're amazing. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, guys, a lot of distractions going on. I would encourage you all to stay focused, stay on point. Again, freeze-dried foods, and it doesn't have to be from, what I sell with the Legacy freeze-dried foods. It can be whatever one you want to work with. There's a lot of them out there. Augusta Farms is awesome. Mountain House is awesome. My Patriot Supply. They're all good. They're all good. I will say this about Legacy. Legacy does have the largest portion size of any of the rest of them. So if you look at that, actually it's cheaper to get Legacy because the portion sizes are bigger. Also, it's made in the U.S., which is also a great thing. And it's GMO free as well. So, and it is vegan. You can buy beef or chicken as well. Right now, actually, they're out of beef and chicken. So, but again, so those are some of the pluses of the Legacy food. Get your rice and your beans. Make sure you get your spices. Get your honey, local honey, not honey from the store. Get your canned goods. Stock up on. And here's the thing: is you got to stock up on stuff you like. Because if you come to my house, okay, I like beef raviolis. That's one of the things that I like. You may not like beef raviolis. Guess what? Too bad. I don't care. I like beef raviolis, so that's what I'm going to stock up on. If you were thought ahead and stocked up, then you'd have what you like. I encourage you, get the stuff that you like. Hey, Shadow, great idea from Jonathan. Can you do a video on med kits for various levels of prepping? I've done videos on med kits before, Shadow. I've done that before. I mean, there's all kinds. It depends on what level you want to go with. I mean, literally with med kits, you can go online and you can go from your smallest little med kit with small stuff, or you can go up to, a field pack that a medic in a combat situation is going to have. I mean, it depends on how much money you want to spend. Realistically, is what you can get. So, like I said, to me, you get all the medical supplies that you possibly can. I think it's important. Sutures, all that type of stuff. Everything that you can think of. Small surgical kits, whatever you can think of. I would suggest get everything that you possibly can when it comes to that. At Dollar Tree has big bottles of your tea. Oh, do they, Yarn Prepper? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. I usually get the cases. I'll buy the cases for, I always wait till they go on sale. And I'm trying to think of the store. Absolutely going blank on the store. It's a pharmaceutical place, but they sell all kinds of stuff too. Um, Link to your legacy. If you go to my website, preparedness1.com, preparedness1.com, you go there, you go to the main page, you'll see store, you click on store, it'll drop down, it'll say legacy, you click on legacy, and we have it right there. And again, we'll do 20% off for everybody. Just saying that again. Walgreens, thank you very much. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know where I go shop. I've mentioned it before, so I appreciate you guys saying it. But that's how you get there, and you'll save 20% on your purchase, okay? But again, you know, I go to Walgreens and I wait till they put it on sale. They'll sell it for $2 for $1, and I'll go in and I'll buy it by the case. I like my green tea. Right now, I have about 3 cases of green tea. I'm just broke into the 3rd case. So, you know, I'll look again, and when they're on sale again, I will go and I will buy more. And please tell me how bad they are for me. I appreciate that. I like them. I may drink 1 a day. You know what? There's a lot worse things out there that you can be doing that can kill you. You know, you eat this, you eat that. Yes, the sale is on right now, Jenny. Yep, the sale's on right now. So we started the sale today. The sale started today. The start actually went on this morning. And we're going to be doing it for about 10 days. I will let you guys know. I got to look again. Actually, I can look right now. Hold on. I can tell you exactly when it's going to end. Hold on. All right. We are going to be ending the sale. Is going to end on the 9th. The 9th of September is when the sale is going to end. Okay. So it actually technically will go in on the East Coast to Monday morning the 10th, but it'll be midnight West Coast time on the 9th is when the sale will end, okay? So just letting you guys know. $1.29 a can in Canada. Wow, yeah, but it's normally 99 cents because actually let's see if it's even on here. Yeah. All right, they have it right on the thing, 99 cents. Actually, if you're paying more than that 99 cents, you call the company because that's why they keep their things. They don't do a lot of advertising, but then they do the sales where they'll sell it for $2 for $1. And when they do the sales, that's when I stock up. But like I said, I just, okay, Gene Bear just said a very good, can't find regular lids. Canning supplies are ridiculously short. You know, that's another thing that there's definitely an issue with that. I would encourage everyone, if you can get any kind of jars, canning lids, that type of stuff, get them. Get them when you can. I've added to mine this year, but as far as like the lids and stuff like that, I haven't seen them one time this year. Now, obviously, when you're buying the cases, the lid is already on there and stuff like that. I have a ton of extra lids. I've done that in the past just because I'm a prepper. That's what I do. So I would literally go in, and they'll have a case, and they have 24 boxes in a case, 12 in a box. It's 240 lids. I'll go in and I buy the whole thing. That's how I do it. Hey, Shadow. Look at Ed's video from 1 year ago. People back then thought he was being too scary about prepping and upcoming changes, maybe not scary enough. There you go. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. I really do. And thank you for saying that. And thank you for the donation as well. Listen, guys, I'm not coming on here. I will not do fear mongering. I will not say, oh my God, this is the end of the world as we know it. I will not do that. Okay. We don't know what's going to happen. I just look at things realistically. I try to read between the lines. I try not to get emotional about stuff because it's like, once you get emotional, you become jaded in your thinking, okay? So I try to look at it realistically. And I see what is going on, and I see there's a lot of issues, and it has me concerned. Absolutely has me concerned. A lot of people have said, oh, my God, you've done so much here at the homestead this year. That's done for a reason, okay? Having my mom and my sister moving in here, that's done for a reason. Margie wanting to get her place here, so that she has a bug out location to go to. That's done for a reason. I'll tell you right now, Margie talked about it probably for a year. Talked about it for a year. And then with everything going on, and she doesn't like watch my stuff all the time. So it's not like she's listening to me and going, oh my God, now I'm scared and I got to do something. She's made her own assessment because she's a very smart lady. And she made her own assessment. She looked at what was going on and said, you know what? I got to get ready. I got to get squared away and I got to get ready. So that's why Margie did what she did. Okay. So, that's important. That's important. So, again, bad things are coming. I feel a lot of you feel it. You feel it in your gut. Okay. You get that gut feeling. I listen to my gut, and my gut said, time is short. Get ready, continue to get ready, and see what happens. Okay. And that's what I've done. I've added to my food supply. I've continued to prep, get things as set up as I possibly can. Like all that wood in the woodshed. Will Becky and Mom use some of that this year? Most likely. We'll try to get some more wood in here before the snow flies. For them, I'm going to set up some pallets over there. And here's the thing I want you guys to remember. Who's going to bring that wood in for them? I'm going to bring that wood in for them. They're not going to go out there in that crappy weather and try to get wood in for the fireplace and stuff like that. I'll do it because that's my family, and I'm going to take care of my family. That's the bottom line. That's the way I've always been. Family is everything to me. And so family and friends, I'm going to tell you what, I'm a loyalty guy to a fault. If you're my friend, I got your back, period. That's it. It's the way I've always been, and I'm not going to change that. But, there's a lot of things, not just canning supplies. There's a lot of things out there that are not there right now. So the more, if you can find something, a lot of times, like Save a Lot. Save a Lot will have canning supplies if you go in there sometimes. And if they're there, get what you can get. Load it up. That would be my suggestion. Continue to prep. Don't stop prepping. Do everything that you possibly can to be ready. Give yourself every advantage that you possibly can. Do not be a victim. And I know I keep repeating that all the time. Don't be a victim. And somebody else said something really good here. I want to make sure. Mike Eckhart just said seeds. Make sure you got your seeds. Get as many seeds as you can, because I truly believe when the balloon goes up, if you will, I think it's going to be a game changer for everything. And having seeds and being able to grow your own gardens, and if you can have greenhouses ahead of time and that type of stuff and have that all in place, I think it's hugely important as well. There's a lot of stuff that's, there's a lot of things to be very concerned about. Could we go to war with China? It's a real possibility. Our relations with China are not good because they don't like it. They've had the advantage over us for a long, long time. And then the president came in and said, this is unfair and I'm stopping this. And that's what he's done. Like him or hate him, you know what? He's gotten tough on a lot of these countries and stopped a lot of this stuff that does not benefit the United States. Okay? I respect that. That's how I feel about that. But and Bubba One says 2020 dark winter maybe. You never know. It could be a really bad winter. We could get hammered. You just, year to year, you just don't know. So, let's see. 4x6. Oh, hold on a second. Let's see what that person said. 4x6 plastic photo storage bins are great for seed storage. Shadow just said that. Should I vacuum seal seeds? I'll tell you what you can vacuum seal them. That's fine. You can do that. But also, if you can, put them in the freezer. You put them in the freezer, it's going to be really good, and it'll stay longer, and it'll be more, when you get ready to use them, they're going to be in better shape to be able to use. So, yeah, if you can put them in the freezer, that's a great thing to do. So, definitely, again, what you want to try to do initially, so let's go to real quick. If you're a brand new prepper, you've never prepped before, never thought about it, didn't know how do I begin? 2 weeks worth of food and water is how you absolutely should start. Get that in place before you do anything else. Then make sure you have some way to purify water. You can go, like I said, $30. You can go to the camping sections, all kinds of water purification stuff. You can get all that type of stuff there. That's going to be really important to have in a post-event, depending on how bad it is. Clean drinking water is key, okay? But then it's going to be food. So you want to make sure you got those things taken care of first. Then you work on your medical supplies. You work on, making sure you got enough rope. paracord, you know, ammo, weapons, whatever you need, whatever your flavor is, whatever you know turns you on. Make sure you have plenty of that to defend what you have. Make sure you have plenty of medical supplies. Get whatever you need to get that way. Plenty of bandages, Band-Aids, bandages, you know, your antibiotic ointments, you know, vitamins. Vitamins are a great thing to have as well. There's the list goes on and on and on, okay? Make sure you have plenty of warm clothes, especially if you live in the Northeast. Make sure you have a way to heat your home without the power being on. So again, a small camp stove that you can set up in a room, turn that on. It's a great way to keep, you know, fire it up, have it vented out a window. At least you can keep that room warm and you won't freeze to death. So that could be something if you have an apartment. That's a realistic thing that you can do. Again, are people going to see it and know that you have that wood stove? Yep, they sure are. But if you've thought ahead and or ways to protect yourself and defend yourself, you know, like I said, we got to get through the first part of it. Hey, Donna Smith, preparing for the worst and hoping for the best. Actually used my first aid kit in my car this week. Wouldn't have had it if I wasn't watching this channel. Very cool. Well, I'm glad you were able to use that, and it's great that you had that in a car. I think that's really, really important too. And thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that, and thank you for sharing that with us. Again, there's another thing probably should mention too. Make sure you have that bug out bag in your car. Make sure you have bug out supplies in your car. If you break down, especially in the winter, you know, having some way to stay warm, having that wool blanket, extra socks, extra gloves, extra hats, because a lot of times, and I've seen it, people go out and they go out in the middle of winter and they got a really light jacket on because they're going to run from their car into the building, you know, then they're going to go back out and they, I don't want to have to wear my boots and I don't want to have to do this and I don't want to have to do that. So they're not dressed appropriately for the weather conditions. What happens? You go in a ditch. Now you're in big trouble, okay? Especially if you're not properly dressed for that. So having those extra supplies and stuff like that available to you is a hugely important thing to do. Guys, what are we at? We're at 1.3 in the chat. We're already at over 1,000 thumbs up. Let's see if we can make that 1,100. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that, please, to show support for the channel. I do appreciate that, and thank you ahead of time for doing that. Again, also, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction we have, it puts us higher up in the ratings. So thank you again for that ahead of time. Also, I like to see a lot of thumbs up, so I'm not going to lie. That's part of the thing as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you ahead of time for doing that. Let's see. Kitty fix. Well, we got one right here. Oh, I know it. Poor Bell. Oh, say hello. Say I'm a little petite flower. I'm a little petite flower. She's probably about 22 pounds. Little baby girl. She's our old girl. She's our oldest one we have. She will be 11 in January. So, yes, I know. I'm sorry, sweetie. I know. There you go. Well, it was requested, so I apologize. Yes, good girl. So, I got a dog laying right here at my feet. So, looks like a baby panther. Yeah, she ain't missing any meals. She's not missing any meals at all. So, and Heather's like, if I could sneak her into school, I would. I'm like, honey, I know you would. But let's see, what do we... can you talk about prepping in a... Oh, hold on a second. Can you talk about prepping on a tight budget for those who have lost their job and income? All right, yeah. You know what? We could talk about that real quick. So here's alternative ways to make money so that you can prep, okay? One of the ways you can do it is bartering. If you have some kind of skill that you can offer to somebody, either in exchange for money or goods, that's one way you can prep, okay? And that's probably like the best way if you can barter and nothing is coming out of your pocket, financially, but your skill, that's a great way to prep. Another great way that you can prep, especially if you live in one of the northern states and we have the bottle and can return law, you take and save those bottles and cans. Like it's a nickel here in New York for every bottle or plastic can. Like these ones don't have it. These ones don't, but any kind of pop or water bottle, they have a 5-cent deposit on them. And you would not believe the number of people that throw that out. They throw it out all the time, okay? And it's unbelievable. But if you do that, you go out and you collect those bottles and cans, that money adds up. And it adds up really, really quickly. And again, if you're not working, you don't have that income coming in, that's a great way to do extra. You're getting, number one, you're getting your exercise because you're getting out and about. Collect those bottles and cans. It gives you extra money to go ahead to prep. Okay, so there's another way that you can do it. All right. I'm trying to think of something else. But again, it's like, depending on what your budget is, even if you did $5 a week, okay, realistically, all of us waste money here, there, and the other place. So you look at your budget, you look at where you're wasting money. Maybe you don't go to McDonald's. I mean, McDonald's is ridiculous now. It's gotten, McDonald's or Burger King or something like that. Everybody does fast food. Those businesses wouldn't be going like they're going if everybody, is still going there. Okay. So take one day a week and say, okay, this day we're not going. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to use it towards prepping. You'd be surprised how quickly that adds up. Or you say, I'm going to cut back on my smoking, or cut back on, how much beer I buy, or whatever the case may be. There's always ways to cut corners, okay? But again, I've had people on here tell me they are on a very, very fixed income and they still prep. Everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. You may not do it on a larger scale. You're not going to make the huge purchases that some people are able to make, okay? But again, as long as you are doing something, something, which one's going to fill up faster? Doing something, before you know it, you're going to have quite a bit of stuff. And again, even if you just prep it like the dollar store, $5-10, you can get a lot of stuff for $5 or $10, and it adds up. You can go to the dollar store, and I know a lot of times, like pinto beans. I've been able before to get a 2-pound bag of pinto beans at the dollar store for $1. Again, it adds up. It's amazing how fast that adds up. So again, take advantage of those type of things. Opportunities are out there. Get creative, figure out something that you can make that possibly you can sell. Okay. Extra income. There you go. Now there's your prepping money. So there's a lot of things that we can do. So I always, what I totally dislike is excuses. Because excuses are for people that are too lazy to do anything. So it's easy. People do it all the time. They got an excuse for this. They got an excuse for that. It's amazing. It absolutely amazes me. Hey, Asif. I call them phenomenon, the snowflake effect. Yeah, right. Yeah, I hear you. Thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. Food pantry, there you go. There's another way you could there's another way you can do it. Again, thank you for that suggestion. I wasn't even thinking about that, but there's another option that you could have to prep to get extra stuff is to go into that food pantry. So it's really, realistically, if you put your mind to it and you sit down and you think about it, anybody can do it. Anybody can. You might not do it on a large scale, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you can do $5 a week, in 6 months, you got a whole bunch of stuff. Even in a couple months, you got quite a bit of stuff. And it gives you that advantage over the 95% of people in this country, in the United States, that are doing nothing. So if you're doing something, you're giving yourself that advantage. All we're looking for is an edge. That's what you want. You want that edge. So be smart. Get creative. It can happen. It's amazing. Jen A said, Ed, thank you for the encouragement. It means a lot too. Well, like I said, I know you guys can do it. I absolutely know you can. And thank you for saying that. Hey, Donna Smith. I joined the chat late. How is Heather doing? Heather's doing great. She's still in school. Thank you for asking, and thank you for the donation as well. She's doing really well. I talked to her the other day, and I don't know if I've mentioned this to you guys, but she had said that she doesn't think she'll be in school long. And so at first I said, why? And she goes, well, because the students are idiots. And I may have told you that, but what I didn't tell you yet was there's been 4 cases already of COVID all off campus. Okay. So, she feels, as I feel, it's a matter of time before they send everybody back home again. I believe that it'll be a matter of time. And, that's unfortunate. So, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how it all pans out, and we'll go from there. But I just keep my fingers crossed. I wish the best for her. I hope she does well. I know it's more healthy for her right now to be where she's at instead of cooped up at home. I mean, Dad is great. Of course, Dad is great, but you get tired of being around Dad all the time. So, she needed to get out and be around people her own age. And she's got a very level head and she's very smart. So I know she's not doing stupid stuff. So I think that's important too. But so that's where we're at with that. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, because we're getting towards that time. Hey, Terrence Parker Jr., that is very important to separate prepping food from the food you eat now. You know what? Well, what you do is if you're using food that you eat anyway, and if you're prepping, that's what you should be buying is food that is part of your regular diet. If you have it in rotation, that's important as well. So, keep an inventory. That's important as well. Know what you have. That's a huge thing because it's really important so that all right, I got 25 cans of this. I have 50 cans of that. Maybe I want to up this 25 cans to higher. Again, it depends on how much of it you eat. Like tuna fish. I like tuna fish, okay? At a guess, maybe 100 cans of tuna fish, and that's at a guess. I got a list somewhere that I wrote down what I have. I just had tuna fish the other day, so, And the tuna fish that I had the other day, just so you guys know, the best by date on that tuna fish was 2.5 years ago. And it was delicious, and it was fantastic, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Hey, Shadow. Contact Latter-day Saints, Mormons, Bishops store. They have bulk for sale, and you don't have to be a member to purchase. You know what? That's great advice as well. The Amish stores, the Mormons, they have their stores. You can get, like you said, you can buy in bulk. That's probably the better way, more bang for your buck to get things. If you can do that, that's a good way to do it. I definitely recommend the Amish stores if you have them in your area as well. That's a good thing. Can you freeze seeds to use later? Absolutely. Yeah, freezing seeds is a great thing to do. It keeps them more viable, and you just thaw them out, and then you plant them, and there you go. No, but it's a good way to make them last a lot longer. So anyway, what we're going to do right now is We Are Legion. We are Legion because we are many. We are a huge family. We're a huge group of people all over the world, preppers, off-gridders, and new people coming in. Where is everybody from tonight? So let's do that real quick. Yep, Little Prepper Lady's doing okay. Catfish, thank you for asking. Oregon, Cape Cod, BC, Canada, Raleigh, North Carolina, Tilson, New York, Akron, Ohio, New York City, Tennessee, Northern Texas, Wisconsin. Man, it's going fast. Okay, Massachusetts, Melbourne, Australia, Northeast Ohio, Missouri. Let's see, Alabama, Alaska, very nice. BC, Canada, Western Michigan, Maryland, Connecticut, Georgia, Indiana, Oklahoma, Southern Illinois. We have, Tennessee, Ulster Park, New York, Georgia, Houston, Sumter, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Wells, Minnesota. We have Connecticut, Hudson, Florida, Minnesota, Illinois, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Los Angeles, California, Franklin County, Ohio, Northern Georgia, Cat Scratch, Kentucky. Oh, I like that name. That's a new one. Let's see, Minnesota, Western New York, Under Kentucky Woods, Arizona, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Nebraska. We have Idaho, San Diego, Montgomery County, Western West Virginia, South Carolina, Nevada, South Carolina, Indiana, Ohio, Palm Beach, Florida, Banana Republic, North America. I like that. East Tennessee, Christmas Valley, Oregon, Texas Gulf, on the coast, very nice. Buffalo, New York, St. Pete, Florida, Marion, Illinois, Steuben County, New York, very nice. Georgia, Madison, Ohio, Republic of Ireland, very nice. Valley Mills, Texas, Union City, Pennsylvania, Central Indiana. So guys, again, all over the world, all over the country, huge network of people. I've said many, many times, if we got organized and worked together, there would be absolutely no stopping us. We can do whatever we wanted to do. The more organized we are, the better off we're going to be. The more networked out we are, the better off we're going to be. Again, going back to my website, we have the Prepper Nurse One community there. It's a great resource that we put together for you guys to connect with like-minded people, okay? You do have to register, but it is very private. It does not cost anything. It is totally free. No credit card information is asked, okay? So go to my website, preparedness1.com. You click on the Prepper Nurse One community. You register. It's a great way to check out the message boards, lots of message boards, a lot of information shared on there, recipes, all kinds of stuff, okay? A lot of groups in there. If you're looking to connect with somebody from your state or from your country, it's a great resource for that as well. Take advantage of that. We put that together for you guys because I had a lot of people asking me, how do I meet somebody in my state? How do I meet somebody in my country? So that's why we put it together. So it's a way for you guys to connect and talk with people. And again, if you just want to go in and read stuff, do that. If you want to go in there and try to network with people, absolutely, it's there for that reason as well. If you're looking to connect with like-minded people, to talk, to form a group, it's completely up to you. But it's there for you, okay? So, all right, I'm going to ask one last time for a thumbs up. We're down to 1,000 people in the chat. We got 1.1 on the chat, or as far as thumbs up goes. So I'm going to ask one last time. Let's do one last push and see if we can't get it to 1,200 on the thumbs up. If you haven't done it yet, I would ask you to do it to show support for the channel. Thank you ahead of time for doing that. Again, it really does help with algorithms as well. So thank you ahead of time again for that, because it pushes us higher up in the rankings. And again, like I said, I'd like to see a lot of thumbs up. Great crowd tonight. You guys have been absolutely awesome. I appreciate everybody being here. We peaked out at 1.4 in the chat tonight, which is the most we've had for a while. Usually we're like max out about 1,200, so we had a few hundred more people than normal, which is awesome. So I appreciate all the feedback, guys. And then there we go. We hit it, 1.2. That's awesome. I appreciate all the feedback. Great discussions, great comments. I really appreciate it. Thank you for my moderators who do a fantastic job on here. You guys are fantastic, and I appreciate you. You have no idea how much. Thank you for all that you do. Also, guys, I want to remind everybody that we are all in this together. That is so important. I think a lot of people lose sight of that with the division that they try to perpetuate on us on a daily basis. We really are one huge family, and we're one race called the human race. Okay? That's what we need to remember. When push comes to shove and it comes down at the end times and things are bad, you don't care what color this guy next to you is. As long as he's got your back and you got his, that's what it's all about, okay? Also remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel, all right? Make sure you do that because that's important as well. Also remember STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Step, thing, and day. Really easy to remember, but it's a great acronym because everybody thinks they know what STD stands for, but it doesn't. Step, thing, and day. All right? You work methodically at whatever you're trying to accomplish. It doesn't always have to be about prepping. It doesn't always have to be about going off grid. Whatever your heart and content and dreams are and you're trying to pursue, if you work methodically at it, you can accomplish it. And the only one that can stop you is you. That's it. Nobody else, okay? Stay positive. Stay away from that negativity. Stay away from negative people because they want to bring you down, okay? I will see you all later. I hope everybody has a great day. Be safe. I will talk to you later. Prepper Nurse One, out for now.